Every first Sunday of Lent, we always hear about the temptation of Jesus. And one of the reasons why we always hear about the temptation of Jesus is that at this time, Jesus was beginning his ministry. And as he was making a new beginning, naturally, he would be tempted. We're trying to make a new beginning in Lent to once again come closer to the Lord. And naturally, we will be tempted. Jesus was God. And people would say, well, Jesus is God. How could he be tempted? He doesn't need to be. That's beside the point. Jesus was also a human being. And just like the rest of us, he would be tempted to use his gifts for the wrong purpose. Why did Jesus come? Why did Jesus start his ministry? He came to save humanity. He came out of love for God. With that in mind, he could have used any means possible. He could have, just because he had the ability. If you're hungry, if you command it, these stones will be turned into bread. Jesus was tempted to misuse his powers. It would have been very easy. He's God. He has the ability. Why not? For all of us, how many times have we been tempted to do something just because it's available? Just because we have the ability? Not even thinking about the why. Oh, I'm good at sports. I can do this. The why, though, is also very important. Why would you use your gift? Is it for your own benefit? Or is it for the benefit of others? Jesus is God. He had that ability to do anything. That doesn't give him the right to do it, though. The devil was tempting him. It doesn't matter. You have the ability, use it. You're hungry? You can turn the stone into bread. Go ahead. Nobody's looking. Nobody sees you. Is it right, though? Is it proper? And the answer is no. Well, then the devil takes him to the second time. You want to convert people. Okay, let's do that. Show them that you're God. Go from the temple. Do a miracle. They'll follow you. Once again, that's not the purpose. If you look at the Gospels, Jesus was never worried about numbers. He was always worried about quality. He didn't care if you just followed along. He cared if you lived. The temptation for Jesus was to use his status. He's God. Therefore, he can convert. How many of us have been tempted to use our status, maybe at work, or maybe as a priest, to influence other people, knowing that people will listen to you because of your position? Once again, doing what you want rather than what is right. The devil took Jesus for a third time. Hey, if your powers don't matter, if your position doesn't matter, look at the results. I can help you with that then. But it's going to pay a price. You have to worship me. How many of us are willing to do anything to get what we want? How many of us are tempted, to kiss butt at work, let's say? Or how many of us are willing to cheat? How many of us are willing to do anything to get what we want? And once again, Jesus is saying, it's not the results that matter to me. It's people's hearts. You are not the source of power in this world. God is. Whatever happens here on earth doesn't mean one darn thing. It's God who is the center. It is God who is the source of everything. It is God who is the end of everything. So when we begin this season of Lent, our focus, once again, is God. The whole purpose of Lent is to become one with God. God is our end. And naturally, every one of us, you, me, Pope Benedict, everybody, is tempted. We're tempted because of power. We're tempted because of position. We're tempted because of wants. How you respond is what matters. Adam and Eve gave in to temptation. And look where it got them. It got them kicked out of the garden. You and I can be tempted. Think about it. In the end, where will it get you and not me? Yes, we can get physically what we want. But we may damn our souls in the process. We may get what we like for a short term, but in the end, you won't be happy. How many people have strived to become multimillionaires, let's say? And there's nothing wrong with that. But how many people have strived to become multimillionaires, neglecting family, neglecting friendship, neglecting themselves, cheating, stealing, doing whatever was necessary? And in the end, where did it get them? Alone. Unhappy. No friends. Always on guard. Never having peace. We can substitute anything. We can substitute anything. Whether it's family or status, holiness. But if we do it for the wrong reason, if we fall into temptation, like Adam and Eve, we're going to die. As we journey through Lent, take Jesus as the example. Don't fall into temptation. Try to do what is right. Think things through. Why am I doing this? What is the purpose for me doing this? Is it for my own benefit? Or is it to become one with God? That's what the season of Lent is all about. Use it wisely. reflect upon your life. Make changes to accept God's grace. Grow in holiness. And remember, what does holiness mean? Being one with God.